Yeah, man. And that's as real as it gets right there, man. You know, top five. I'm gonna start back over. This is part two. I'm gonna start over where I ended at. At the top five on your boy Barack Obama, man. You know, that's that's what. Oh yeah, he's never said anything about if you can give me a soundbite. He's never said anything about him being your first black president. He doesn't address the war in his own city. There's a war in his city. I mean, hell, his city even, affectionately refers to themselves as Chirac, man. He doesn't even talk about that, doesn't even talk about that. On top of that, they've stopped responding to certain 911 calls. So, he's never said, let's start over. He's never said that he was your first black president. He doesn't mention the war in his own city. Police misconduct, the prison industry, and drugs in America. Damn. Top five on your boy. So, and realize, man, like I say, every time in your Bible, realize, that's why I say the Bible is the white man, is the Europeans, the AKA white man's creation. You understand? King James, understand who King James is, man. I mean, these youngins here, King James today, they think about LeBron, man, They don't know King. I mean, understand who King James was, the King James of the Bible, man. King James was a homosexual. King James hated women so much he killed his own mother. King James, you can look all these things up, like I say, he was a homosexual, hated women so much he killed his own mother. His lover was Lord Buckingham, who the Buckingham Palace named after. I mean, and that's why the Bible has such a chauvinistic air to it, a chauvinistic concept and perspective, and that's why the Bible demonizes the female and ultimately puts her at a second class state, because no matter what the female lovers of the Bible say, there are plenty of times in the Bible, even trying to make Eve, the purpose for the fall, that was bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because come on, man. Adam wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? If God created Adam first, and if Adam wasn't there, then what the fuck? How is this Eve's fault? There are many things, and even beyond that, when God came in the garden, when God asked it to, when God came to Adam first, because just like I just said, God made man first, so God came to Adam first, when he came back in the garden. And when he asked Adam, Adam didn't confess. Adam didn't sum up to his sins, and that's why he paid for his sins. You know what I'm saying? Eve did sum up to her sins. Eve did fess up to her sin. These are things that people really don't pay attention to about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Eve did fess up to her sin. Adam was the one that said shit. The woman you brought me gave me. So really he blamed Eve and God. He blamed God and Eve. You know what I'm saying? The woman and God. So that's why I say you have this very foolish mind state coming out of the European, basically. So, like I say, you have to understand, the psychology that the Bible and our concepts had ultimately been, washed into, the concepts of fear, the concepts of death. There is, the concepts of, the concepts of all the bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit. The devil, you know what I'm saying? There is no devil. You know what I'm saying? The God, these are things that are ultimately, like I said, are ultimately parts of you. You know what I'm saying? God is that spiritual voice inside you that knows better. The devil is your fleshly urges. It's ultimately the spirit versus the flesh. It's all out spiritual warfare. But the first spiritual war, the spirit versus the flesh. You understand? The fleshly urges versus the spiritual intuition that knows better. That knows what it needs to be doing, that knows what it needs to be doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Knows better. versus the one that makes excuses, versus the one that, makes a reason to not do something. You know what I'm saying? Versus the one that doesn't want to know. All these things are aspects of you. So, because ultimately, we are the grand creation of the creation. I mean, and that's right in your Bible. That's right in the Bible, man. So, you know, because God put Himself in man, you know, and this is why the so-called devil got mad. You know what I'm saying? Because God put Himself in man, so therefore that makes us, great, and we ain't got time to argue, bicker, and bull jive about petty shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Today I'm not here to, bull jive with nobody about no petty shit, man. I'm just ready to move forward, pass this information on, you know. Are you afraid of the dark, baby? Realize, man, your Bible. That's why I laid out those few examples, man, of how the European, demonized our woman, demonized the beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying, and locked her into a second class state. Because, like I say, not only in the example of Adam and Eve, does he attempt this, but it's also, two more parts in the Bible where it say, a woman shouldn't speak in church, it say a woman shouldn't express no authority over a man. You understand? So these are things we must understand, and these things are right in the Bible, where it say a woman shouldn't speak in church, and it say a woman shouldn't speak over or express any authority over a man. These are the chauvinistic attitudes that, the European ensured that he would, implant, because he knew that people would, ultimately start taking the Bible so serious, And it's really not even that we take the Bible so serious, it's, that we've been beaten into it, And a lot of us know that a lot of us question some of these things in the back of our mind, and we know that some of the stuff ain't right, you know what I'm saying? But, a lot of people are afraid to question it in fear of going to hell. No, I'm saying. It's no such thing as hell. You gotta understand where we at right now. Shit, we in hell right now. This is spiritual fertilizer, man. For real. So,